Now I'm going to start up with the 7th chapter of your book, that is ratio and proportion. You have done many questions on ratio in previous classes also. Now I think you know what do you mean by ratio. Ratio is when you compare the two quantities of the same kind. Suppose if you are comparing the height of one person with the height of other. That is suppose the height of the first person is 125 centimeter and the height of the second child is 130 centimeter. So when you want to compare their heights, you put this symbol which we call it as the ratio. This is the basic meaning of ratio, when it means to compare the two quantities of the same kind, whether first is greater or the second is greater. Now in this ratio, as I have written 125 is to 130, you can reduce it to the lowest terms, and after reducing it to the lowest terms, whatever you get you must be knowing. Now I'm taking some other ratio, as suppose 5 is to 7. This I am removing. Now 5 is to 7. Now in this ratio, 5 which is written first is known as the first term or the antecedent, and 7 is known as the second term of a ratio or consequent. Now you should remember what do you mean by first term and what do you mean by the second term. 5 is the first term or antecedent, 7 is the second term or the consequent. Now you will be asked to find some ratios. Suppose I give you the same ratio 5 is to 7 and I ask you to find the duplicate ratio. Now what will be the duplicate ratio of 5 is to 7? Duplicate means you are going to take the squaring of both the terms. Ratio also means to divide. When you take the squaring of both the terms, you get 25 upon 49. So what is the ratio? 25 is to 49. Now duplicate means to take the square of both the terms. Now if you are asked to find the triplicate ratio, suppose the ratio is 2 is to 3 and you are asked to find the triplicate ratio. Triplicate ratio means taking the cube of both the terms. So it will become 8 is to 27. So 8 is to 27 is the triplicate ratio of 2 is to 3. Now what do you mean by subduplicate ratio? Suppose the ratio is given to you as 4 is to 25. Now you are asked to find the subduplicate ratio of 4 is to 25. Subduplicate ratio means take the square root of both the terms. It will become 2 is to 5. So 2 is to 5 is the subduplicate ratio of 4 is to 25. Now suppose you are asked to find the subtriplicate. Now I think you must have understood. You can now I think must have followed how to find the subtriplicate. Subtriplicate means you have to find the cube root of both the terms. Suppose the ratio is 1 is to 8, and in order to find cube root you should write 3 over here. So what will be the subtriplicate ratio of 1 is to 8? It will be 1 is to 2. Now what do you mean by to find the compounded ratio? When you are asked to find the compounded ratio, suppose you are given 3 ratios as A is to B, second is given to you as C is to D, third ratio is given as E is to F. Now what do you mean by compounded ratio? Compounded ratio means multiply all the first terms of the given ratio divided by the, or you can say is to, the product of all the second terms. First terms is of all the ratios A, C, E, and B, D, F are its second term. So this is how and you can then reduce it to the lowest terms and then can write it in ratio. This is the compounded ratio of all the terms given to you. Now reciprocal, you are very familiar with the word reciprocal. Reciprocal ratio means, suppose the ratio is 5:7. So reciprocal means change the terms. It will become 7:5. Now this exercise is based on, exercise 7.1 is based on your ratios. Some questions of this exercise you have done it in your previous classes also. And I'm going to take up few questions from in between. And you will also try to solve the questions. Now I'm taking question 9th of your book. In that, A is to B is given to you, B is to C is given to you, C is to D is given to you, and you have to find A is to D. In order to find A is to D, you see that the ratio B, C are not required. So out of the given ratios, how you can find A is to D? A is to D means A upon D is equal to, if I multiply, or in other words, if I take the compounded ratio of all the terms, if I take the compounded ratio of all the given ratios, you are going to get A is to D, because you see B cancels out, C cancels out, you are left with A is to D only. So in order to find A is to D, multiply all the given ratios. First writing this, after that their values as given in the question. You can cancel 3 with 6. Now you are left with 16 upon 35. So again write it into the form of ratios, as A is to D is 16 is to 35. This is how you have to do the 9th question. Now I'm taking 10th question first part. In the 10th question first part, you are given 3A is equal to 4B is equal to 6C. Is equal to, now this is given to you. And you have to find the ratio 1 A is to B is to C. So I will write, let 3A is equal to 4B is equal to 6C is equal to 1. I have taken all the values as 1. So if 3A is equal to 1, how much will be A? 1 upon 3. How much will be B? 1 upon 4. How much will be C? 1 upon 6. Now you have to find A is to B is to C. In order to find A is to B is to C, write their values. 1 upon 3 is to 1 upon 4 is to 1 upon 6. Now take the LCM, common LCM for all the ratios. That will be 12. So it will be 3 4s are, 4 into 1, 4 3s are, 6 2s are. As in the language of ratios, in the language of ratios, 12 is the common term for all the given ratios. So you can cancel out this 12. So A is to B is to C will become 4 is to 3 is to 2. I am telling you in the language of ratios. It is common for all. So it can be cancelled. Now in the question number 12th. In question 12th, it is given that 4x square plus xy upon 3xy minus y square is equal to 12 upon 5. You are going to cross multiply it, and you are going to get, when you cross multiply it, you are going to get the quadratic equation as 20x square minus 31xy plus 12y square is equal to 0. You will get the equation like this when you cross multiply. You can split 31, you will get it as 20x square minus 16xy minus 15xy plus 12y square is equal to 0. This is what you are going to do for splitting. After taking the factors, common factors, you are going to get at the end two factors, 5x minus 4y and 4x minus 3y is equal to 0. When you put the first factor as 0, you are going to get 5x is equal to 4y. Same you have to do for the second. So from here what you get? X upon y is equal to 4 upon 5. And the other you can get from the other value of x upon y you will get from here. So it means x is to y is 4 is to 5. Now when x is to y is 4 is to 5, you have to find in the question x plus 2y. You have to find now x plus 2y is to 2x plus y. And we have calculated that x is to y is 4 is to 5. You will say let x is equal to 4a. We cannot use x and y, use other letters as I have used a, and y is equal to 5a by seeing this value. And substitute these values in what you have to find. In place of x, I'll write 4a plus 2 into y is 5a is 2 means divide. So divided by 2 into 4a plus y 5a. So this becomes 10a plus this 14a, and it becomes 8a plus this 13a. And a will cancel out, and the value of this given question will be 14 is to 13. I have calculated one for you by taking x is to y as 4 is to 5. The other value you are going to get from this factor of x is to y. Substitute that in this and you are going to get one more value. So start up with the exercise 7.1. In the next video, I'll explain you some more questions of this exercise.